Rossanne Barr right now, who has said that rich people that don't give up their wealth should be put in re-education camps. Obviously, I want to interview her. And she could come on when we're live. It could be a taped interview. I don't know. She just sent out a bunch of different times to us minutes before the show. So look for that to be popping in any minute now or this afternoon or tomorrow. But boy, I certainly want to get that fish in the boat. Ray McGovern has got an article out saying that it looks like Israel may be greenlighting an attack on Iran. That will sure put the turmoil in the world into overdrive, to say the least. Former CIA analyst will be joining us. Also, Freeway Ricky Ross. I thought it'd be good to get him on the last 30 minutes of the show today, because Mr. Ross, some days it was $40, $50 million a day in cocaine being brought into him to sell into California by the CIA. Gary Webb, the Pulitzer Prize winner, helped expose all of that. Mr. Ross has been out of prison for a while, but they're trying to put him back in right now. He's been shooting his mouth off about government drug dealing. They've been telling him to keep his mouth shut. I want to get his take on Fast and Furious because, you know, it's in the federal court filings in Chicago and other areas, and it's been in the El Paso Times, Houston Chronicle, San Francisco papers have reported on it. Houston, again, has reported on it. The Chicago Tribune has reported on it. But it's just minor footnotes that the DEA, FBI, ATF, and 4 other agencies knowingly help them get the tons of cocaine in, Sinaloa and others, the big cartels, and then give them the weapons. And we've now learned in congressional testimony what we told you years ago. It's totally confirmed now that the ATF didn't just order gun shops to let them set up cameras and track where guns were going. That was just the cover, so the gun shop wouldn't get wise. It was ATF agents coming in, buying the guns with U.S. government taxpayer money, and then going and giving it to Sinaloa to knock out the enemy, to make sure that 500 bill went directly into J.P. Morgan, Chase, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Wachovia, Wells Fargo, and others, who've all on record been caught off and on laundering the cash. So that's what it was all about, because, of course, they could have just had the Pentagon give them the weapons like they did in Southeast Asia, or they did in Colombia, or Nicaragua, El Salvador, to control the goodies they want to run into your kids' veins and up their nose. But they needed to have the double goodie, because it's more fun to knock out drug cartels, create more of a monopoly, launder the money, control society, and have your kids overdose and get put in coffins. That's fun. That's good for the globalists, but it's not as good. And it's also fun to have the troops publicly on TV admit they grow the opium and supply the fertilizer in Afghanistan and put it on the news in your face. That's how you pimp the public. That's how you just totally break will and get everybody to submit to you. You just bring out in the open they deal the drugs. No, it's more important that while you give the guns to the cartels to knock out the competition, that you blame the Second Amendment. That's always the cherry on top. That's the creme de la creme, the coup de grace. That's the checkered flag. That's the triple crown. That's the trifecta. That's the royal flush. That's the real good part. That's the best bite, as they say. The absolute sop of the gravy is to murder this country and murder freedom and ship drugs in, and then use that drug war to take everybody's rights and set up checkpoints and send dumb idiot users to prison to learn how to build widgets and learn how to be good criminals at the criminal universities the globalists have set up, owned by big mega banks that launder the drug money. But then when you get to blame the Second Amendment, man, that's just so good and criminal. So hardcore, and the public loves it. We're going to be right back. We got a big transmission lined up today. Stay with us. You don't need me to tell you that humanity is in a deep crisis. Everyone can feel it. We know a tectonic struggle is now taking place between the forces of freedom and those who love darkness, bondage, and enslavement. Yes, my friends, evil is rising. But take heart. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Recently, New World Order operative Hillary Clinton admitted they're losing the info war.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
The globalists are scared. They've overreached. The future of the info war is in your hands. Join PrisonPlanet.tv. Download the thousands of special video reports, ebooks, and more, and get them out to everyone you know. Continue to spread the word about the broadcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and every other globalist propaganda platform. We are going to use their system against them. The info war now goes into high gear.